Hello, gonna give you a couple more tips on more efficient ways to schedule. I have been working on our schedule for our district and noticed a couple of new things in the software that I didn't have last year and thought it would be helpful to you all to see them in action. So I wanted to show you under main event setup, you can come in and list all of your events and see what you got. And there is a schedule link right here. So instead of going into the other method that I showed you guys the other day where you have to go main, event schedules, schedule all events, or set up an event schedule, you can do it through this window as well, which I find to be a lot more efficient. So first thing I want to do is just quickly take a look at this schedule that I've created. Currently, there's a role play. It's set up for 9 to 1. If I were to go into edit, essentially that's going to be the same thing as clicking this. Okay, so I'm just going to go in here and show you that it's a role play. It's on the date of our conference. It's running from 9 to 1. Okay, now for sections, again, section means judge. So under sections, for this particular event, we're going to have two judges. We call them Judge A and Judge B. You can call them whatever you want. And to initiate that, you're going to click Add Section, fill in the blanks, tell them with a holding prep and presentation room, click Save, and then it will appear on your list. Okay, so now I've got two judges going on. I do need to click this every single time that I make any changes to these parameters so that it can regenerate a schedule. Okay, now here's where I wanted to go into some more detail. This is based on how every district does things, but we like to keep all of the schools at judges at the same time to eliminate cheating and discussion and what to look out for and all of that stuff. So when you click place randomly by school, the software will automatically do that. Now this little checkbox right here, I'm not sure why it's an option because I don't think it's a smart idea, but if you check that off, it's going to try to put all of the Westford Academy kids with one judge as best that it can based on how many people are signed up for the event. Okay, so then it's just going to give you the Mother May I sure you want to recreate the schedule. I'm going to click yes. So what it's going to do is set it up by the sections and sort by the sections. So you have Judge A's all first, Judge B's all second. You can quickly sort by time to kind of see that it did carry out the parameters that you asked for. So Chelmsford and Phillips are seeing the judge at the same time. Tewksbury and Tewksbury are seeing two different judges at the same time. And then Westford is seeing judges as close to at the same time as possible, built on, you know, who's who in this particular thing. Okay. Now, if you wanted to go a little bit further, you could come in and swap things. Okay, and then what it will do is give you whatever option is on there and allow you to do a quick switcheroo. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to leave that alone, but I wanted to show you that so that you could see how it works. Second thing I want to show you is how to insert a break. Typically, we put at least one break early on, especially when there's two or more judges, so that they can kind of touch base and make sure that they're on the same page moving forward. So I'm going to set the first break at 10:05 and give them 10 minutes and click insert. And then what it's going to do in the schedule, you'll see the break is there and the break is there. Now, if you don't want to do that, you don't have to. You can click delete if you wanted to by judge. Say, for instance, one has 5 and one has 3, and you want the one with 3 to not have a break and just keep going. I mean, you have complete control over how you schedule this based on what you do in your district. Okay, one more thing I just want to reiterate. If you make any changes whatsoever, like say you changed this section to be a different name, edit any of these parameters, you must click here to create or recreate the event schedule in order for it to be accurate. All right, so I'm going to come back here, and I'm going to go ahead and use the copy feature for an event that also is a team event that's in the same exact rooms that also has two judges. So I'm going to go to FTDM and click schedule. And I've already set this up, but I'll go ahead and do it again so that you can see it here. I'm going to copy an event schedule from BLTDM, which is the one that I just finished. And then it would take all of those parameters and put them in there for me, okay? I can click in here to create the schedule. I'm going to do, place random by school and click yes. And then I'm going to go ahead and take a look. I can sort by section. I can sort by time. And I can see that the Westford kids are together, and Phillips and Neshoba are also meeting the judge at the same time. I'm also going to come back in and insert a break at the same time as the other one at 10:05. And you can see that that is incorporated into there, and there we go. Okay, so that's that piece. Now I'm going to come back out and do one more example of this that you can see the power of copying the event over. Now it's just like anything. If you have mistakes in it and you copy it multiple times, it doesn't really help your life, so keep that in mind too. Now ETDM has 4 judges. It's already set up. I'm just reviewing to make sure that everything is accurate, and it is. I'm going to go ahead and click for this event to schedule it. Now I wanted to show you, you can do by test score if you wanted. I don't know that that would help any of you in other districts, but you can do that. And you can also just place random by individual. In this instance, it's a little bit odd because it's a team event, but there you go. I'm going to click yes to it. It's going to generate the schedule. I'm going to insert a break again at 10:05 for 10 minutes and insert it. And there you go. If I sort by time, you can see that the software did follow what I asked, and all of the kids for Westford are pretty much together, seeing a judge at the same time. All 4 judges have that break at 10:05, and then it's pretty consistent. So Tewksbury students are seeing judges pretty much at the same time, and so forth. Again, you still have the swap feature if you wanted to move some stuff around, whether it's just to keep things so that kids are seeing judges when you want them to be, or to accommodate the kids that need to leave early or show up late, or whatever the case may be. But keep in mind, when you do the name badges, everything is based on these numbers. So when you make a change in the schedule after, unfortunately, the name badge is going to be inaccurate on when they're supposed to report to the judge if you printed it previous to changing the entire schedule. So I'm going to go back to the event schedule and just show you the copy feature here. So HTDM should be copied from what I just did for ETDM. So I'm going to click on schedule. Oh, I went to the wrong one, I'm sorry. I'm going to click on schedule, and I'm going to copy an event schedule from another event and choose ETDM. Click copy. And then it's going to incorporate all of the same parameters for the sections for that same event. So I don't have to hit add, edit, 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 add, ridiculous. Click here to create the schedule. I'm going to keep the same parameters and say yes. I'm going to come in and insert my break again. And there you go. Pretty simple. Okay, so another thing I just wanted to quickly show you guys that will help you out is when you look at an event report for the schedule dates and times, it'll let you display a report based on what's currently set up. And it'll let you know, okay, there's an oral for the advertising campaign. It's going to start at 9. This one's starting at the wrong time, so I want to do this on purpose. And then you can see straight up the ones that you haven't scheduled. There's no data under there. So I'm going to click on Account Application Series, and I'm going to edit this to start at 9 o'clock. And save it. I'm going to recreate that schedule based on what I just changed it for. And I'm going to insert my break again. This time I'll go after the second person sees a judge. And then when I come back to that event report that I just showed y'all, it's reflected of the change. It starts at 9, it ends at 1, and so forth. So I hope this helps you all. One more thing I just wanted to call to your attention before I finish. Remember, all of the times are set up based on what you put in for each event. So for apparel and accessories, hold on one second. If I go to edit, down in here, it's pulling all of these times in here, and that's how it's figuring out your schedules. Thank you so much. Let me know if you have any questions.